Okay, hello everyone. Today is my final exam. So before this day, my teacher told us to make a group of 3 to 4 people who will explain about different medical device. And now I'm gonna introduce my members group to you all. And I am Andre Jatmiko Nugroho, and I will explain about insulin pump. And to my friends again is Billy Kahe. He will explain about anesthesia machine, and Bunga Nyelir, she will explain about ventilator. So let's go to the video. Final exam I mean. Nah, in this video I'm gonna tell you about insulin pump and how it work and how we use that. Before we know how to use that or how this tool work, we must know the definition, the history, and everything. Okay, the definition. Insulin pump is a tiny device used for deliver insulin to liver fat is under skin. And insulin pump is a medical device, has a special design. You can call it like mini computer because you can setting when the insulin pump deliver to your body and how much. And because this is tool is a tiny, patient can bring it to anywhere. And for your information too, insulin pump is a new device in world of medicine. This device found around 1970. Insulin pump has undergone a very rapid development since its inception, and at this time, this tool is more smaller and more accurate. Insulin pump can be alternative for deliver insulin to patient body because this tool can minimize daily insulin injection to patient body. Patient get more ability to control the blood sugar, and make patient more confident too because patient no need to carry the syringe to anywhere. And this device is usually used for patient type 1 diabetes of all ages, but some patient with diabetes type 2 was used this tool too. Insulin pump has two types, is open loop and closed loop. What made this different is in open loop. In the open loop, user adjusts his own bolus insulin needs when user want to eat, while the user does not need to adjust the amount of insulin bolus that will be given if they want to eat, because in this closed loop there is already a tool to check the user blood sugar and send the information directly to pump insulin or insulin pump. Nah, after we know about the history about the definition of insulin pump, we must know important equipment in insulin pump too. If you want to know or if you want to see the insulin pump, first you're gonna see the insulin. The drugs is like tiny in the tiny bottle. It's a liquid drugs. And second, you're gonna see the pump for pump the syringe. Pump the insulin to our body. And 3, you're gonna get the receiver. Receiver is a like mini injection, is used as storage for insulin. And 4, you're gonna see a tube for the insulin come to our body from this tube. And 5, you're gonna get 3 battery to as receivers. For patient, the battery is need 16 hours for recharge. It is one battery. one battery can use for 24 hours. In insulin pump, have a alarm to tell the user when the battery was empty, and user can recharge and change the battery. Insulin pump have alarm too to tell the user if the insulin was empty, so patient can change with the new insulin drugs. So in the last video I'm gonna tell you about how this tool work. This tool work with battery, is a medical device working with battery, and this tool working with automatically. So when you put this tool on your body, or stomachs or your chest or anything, is your skin, the pump it will work automatically. So you just setting in the pump how much and when it insulin sent to your body. Okay, so just like that is my first video, and the video next will Billy Kahel will explain about anesthesia machine. Bye bye.
Hello friend, now I want to explain a little about one of the well-known medical device, namely the anesthetic machine. So first of all, we have to know what is anesthetic machine. So anesthetic machine is a medical device used to deliver a gas of anesthetic gas mixture safely into a series of anesthetic, which is then inhaled by patient and remove the remaining gas from the patient. The anesthetic machine range varies from simple to computer control. The function of the anesthetic machine is to deliver a safe anesthetic gas mixture in a series of anesthetic circuit, which the patient then inhale and remove the remaining gas mixture from the patient. Anesthetic machine that are considered safe and ideal from machine that meet the following requirement. One, can deliver anesthetic gas with the right dose. Two, its space minimal. 3, emit CO2 efficiently. 4, low pressure. 5, humidity is well maintained. 6, its use is very easy and safe. In general, the anesthesia machine consists of 3 interconnected components, namely 1 component 1, A, gas source, B, gas flow indicator or flow meter, 3, vaporizer. It serves to evaporate volatile liquid anesthetic. D, oxygen flux control that can deliver pure O2 35 to 37 liters per minute without going through the gas flow meter in an emergency. B. Component 2, breathing circuit, it is loop system and Magil system. 3 component 3 that connect the breath circuit to the patient. It is face mask, ATT or endotracheal tube. Before performing anesthesia, we must always check the component and function of the anesthesia machine. As for what need to be considered are 1. Anesthetic gas source, tube and flow meter. We must turn on the gas flow from tube and check the pressure and flow. Also check the spare tube. B. Reservoir O2. We must check connection T and make sure there are no blockage at the air inlet. C. Vaporizer. We must check the vaporizer is filled. Also check the connection and turn the knob to 0. D. SIB. We must check the magnet connection and position on the pump. E. Respiratory system and connector. Check all respiratory system and connection. F. Valve. We must exhalation check by looking directly at the valve where the valve should move during exhalation. G. Check the circuit from leak. We must inflate the pump bed. Meanwhile, close the connector in contact with the patient by hand. Put pressure on the bag by 20 to 30 millimeters. H2O. No air should escape. H. Make sure it is available. In make sure it is available, there are one, appropriate face mask. 2. Suitable orofaring tube. 3. The laryngoscope is functional and in reserve. 4. Endotracheal pipe that has been checked from leak. 5. Check suction. 6. A table that can be positioning in emergency medicine needed. Okay,
Hi, I'm Acha. Today I'm gonna tell you about ventilator. So, ventilator is a machine that provides mechanical ventilation by moving breathable air into and out of the lung. To deliver breath to a patient who is physically unable to breathe or breathing insufficiently. Modern ventilators are computerized microprocessor-controlled machines, but patients can also be ventilated with a simple hand-operated back valve mask. Ventilators are chiefly used in intensive care medicine, home care, emergency, and in anesthesiology. In its simple form, a modern positive pressure ventilator consists of a compressible air reservoir or turbine, air and oxygen supplies, a set of valves and tubes, and a disposable or usable patient circuit. The air turbine is pneumatically compressed several times a minute to deliver room air, or, in most cases, an air or oxygen mixture to the patient. If a turbine is used, the turbine pushes air through the ventilator with a flow valve adjusting pressure to meet patient-specific parameters. Whenever pressure is released, the patient will exhale passively due to the lungs. The exhale air being released usually through a one-way valve within the patient circuit called the patient manifold. Ventilators may also be equipped with monitoring and alarm system for patient-related parameters, example pressure, volume, and flow, and ventilator function, example air leakage, power fluid, mechanical fluid, pickup batteries, oxygen tanks, and remote control. In Canada and US, respiratory therapists are responsible for turning the settings, while biomedical technologies are responsible for maintenance. In UK and Europe, the management of the patient's interaction with a ventilator is done by critical care nurse. A patient circuit usually consists of a set of three durable, lightweight plastic tubes, and separate by functions. Example, inhale air, patient pressure, and exhale air. Determined by the type of ventilation needed, the patient end of the circuit may be either non-invasive and invasive. Non-invasive methods such as continuous positive airway pressure and non-invasive ventilations, which are adequate for patients who require a ventilator only while sleeping and resting. Invasive methods require intubation, which for a long-term ventilator dependence will normally be a tracheotomy cannula, as this is much more comfortable and practical for long-term care than is larynx or nasal intubation. And how does ventilator works? So, a ventilator uses pressure to blow air into the lungs. The pressure is known as positive pressure. A patient usually exhales the air on their own, but sometimes the ventilator does it for them too. The amount of oxygen the patient receives can be controlled through a monitor. So the monitor is connected to the ventilator. Now, if the patient's condition is particularly fragile, the monitor will be set up to send an alarm. They send an alarm to caregiver, indicating an increase in air pressure. The machine works by bringing oxygen to the lungs and taking carbon dioxide out of the lungs. This allows a patient who has trouble breathing to receive a proper amount of oxygen. It also helps the patient's body to heal since it eliminates the extra energy of labor breathing. The ventilators blow air into the airway through a breathing tube. One end of the tube is inserted into a patient windpipe and the other end is attached to the ventilator. The breathing tube serves as an airway by letting air and oxygen from the ventilator flows into the lungs, depending on the patient's medical conditions. They may be able to use respiratory masks instead of the breathing tubes. And that's all about our presentations. Thank you for your attention and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.